Ugh, that's the hotel housekeeping. Let this bong rip sink and then I get it to stop. Blurry, take a shot cause I'm drinking. It's 6 in the evening, I don't wake up till dark. Voice cracking, jagged, feeling raspy. Thinking outward, I'm a shower telepathically. Picturing the world, how I'ma run it like athletes. Strategic ideologies, Aristotle or Onassis. Mixed in with Nazis, sincere from belly. Had a touch of yay, there's nothing Catholic tell me. I'm so focused when I walk in the room, the DJ starts playing this.
Hey, take that suit off and put on these gym shoes. We came here for that roughness. I'ma play this hook and when you come back after the chorus, I want that second verse to be raw.
Confetti floating through the sky to the stage. Some nights it's like parades. This is one of them suspended on my ladies. Fellas, busters, hustlers, everybody. Put up, band up. Confetti floating through the sky to the stage. Some nights it's like parades. This is one of them suspended on my ladies. Fellas, busters, hustlers, everybody. Put up, band up. Talk dirty like a streetwalker's Menzies. It up bored at their mix and Pruno. You know, my filthy penmanship bends and reshapes the images. Some microcosm still entirely different. Feeling like the king, return of the magnificent. Style jeweler, now true fierce of the North Park. Course my goal is 5 mics by the 4th bar. Scorecard, points go straight up like the North Star. Or I be back in the bar taking more shots than Spike Lee. Season seats sitting at courtside. You're so faded when you hop in your lift. You're not off before the seatbelt clicks.
Yeah, another word for a crook is a con, and another word for money is fetty. So when we say confetti, we saying crooked money. You get it?
Confetti floating through the sky to the stage. Some nights it's like parades. This is one of them suspended on my ladies. Fellas, busters, hustlers, everybody. Put a band up. Some confetti floating through the sky to the stage. Some nights it's like parades. This is one of them suspended on my ladies. Fellas, busters, hustlers, everybody. Put a band up.
That was Confetti by Elephants in the Room on the Listen Local show on Half Fast TV. Welcome to the show. Catherine Beeks with you, and I am happy to have my buddies Edgar Almanar and Parker Edison. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you for having us. Good to see you.
So congratulations on this new release. That's such a killer song, Confetti. Tell me all about it.
Gar, what do you remember about that record?
Confetti. I remember that Parker sent me the idea for the sample. Actually, what he did was he sent me a batch of songs that he was asking me to consider sampling, and that sample immediately jumped out to me as like something that I would enjoy chopping up. And I remember I put it to some drums pretty quickly, like the speed of the song or something lined up with these drums I was prepping, I wanted to use for the album. And it literally, I remember it locking in like without me having to do very much. And yeah, and then I sent it to Parker and he loved it and he just ran with the lyrics. And yeah, that was a pretty easy one to put together.
Nice.
I think other times, yeah, I might have had problem with a sample, maybe not liking the final beat.
Yeah.
Or, you know, maybe Parker didn't like it, something, but that one definitely came together pretty quickly. And then Parker took over with the lyrics and
awesome. And
that was the product.
Kind of your process on writing, the two of you?
Yeah, for the most part. I think, yeah, I usually had a beat in mind. And like I said, Parker would send a lot of ideas for samples or even just song ideas, and I would kind of just try to produce something that maybe he introduced the idea about, you know, like he, I don't know if you listened to the album, but he sent over a crazy idea that became Interlude. And I knew I had to make a beat that kind of fit that idea.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, there was also some back and forth where I just was experimenting with some cool original samples that I thought would be good to use. And then he would just, yeah, we just kind of matched our visions in terms of what direction we wanted to go overall. And then I just kept trying to send him stuff where he'd send me ideas and back and forth like that.
So when did you two start working together? I know you separately from separate projects throughout the years. When did you guys meet and start working together?
I opened for the Knee Highs a couple of times, and then eventually I got a spot on a side project that Gar had, the Bully Blinders, and that was like, was that like 2009 or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, 9 or 10.
Yeah.
And ever since then, you know, I think we just been in you know the same galaxy and doing shows and yeah, and I think I subbed in a couple times for a couple of shows, and that's when I got to really show some chops. And
Nice.
yeah, finally just sat down and did something major.
Yay. Yeah, you guys are great. I love that. So cool. And how did you come up with the elephants in the room? What's the story behind that?
I think at the time when I was sending just a bunch of just phrases and ideas for a band name, and I always wanted it to not sound. I think my main rule was that I didn't want it to sound like a hip hop group.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think I sent at least a handful of ideas to Parker, and then we kind of ended up on that one. I always liked that one because I feel like it kind of fits our personalities. Like when we're both, you know, at a show or even just in a quote unquote a room, I think we tend to be the more quieter, soft-spoken guys who kind of lay in the background and just, you know, observe.
Yeah.
And yet, you know, I think at this point we're both confident with like our skill and our resumes that it's like we're not talking, but maybe you know who we are. It's kind of a boastful way to put it, I guess.
Yeah.
Even though I don't even think I'm that good anyway, you know. But it just sounded like a cool hip hop name that wasn't hip hop, I guess.
Gotcha. Very cool.
Yeah.
So what's the name of the album? And tell me a little bit about it.
The album is called Emotion Pictures, and it is out Friday the 13th, November, Friday the 13th. Be out on multiple platforms, and it's a full album. It's a story. It's kind of like an audio movie. You know, you can put on a pair of headphones and watch it through your ears. It's very cinematic.
Love
I think
that.
it's like 10 songs. Gar's all on the beats, and Gar even has one of the tracks which is one of my favorites. He has Winter, which he wrote on, which is real fly.
Awesome. I love
Emotion
that.
Pictures.
Emotion
Yes.
Pictures. And so did you guys produce it yourself? Did you work with anybody on that end, or how'd that go?
No, just me on the beats and Parker on pretty much every track. Pretty much every track.
Nice.
Yeah, I think the thing I did with this record that I hadn't done before was I really I dove into YouTube for the music samples.
Okay.
And I'd never really done that before. It was usually in the past it was vinyl, or I just try to do original compositions on keyboards or whatever. But for this record, I just went down the rabbit hole of like, what can I find on YouTube that would, you know, that's interesting. And that kind of aligned with Parker's approach, at least for this record, where he would send me YouTube links of even just movie clips or phrases, or like I said before, like some samples, songs that he thought were interesting. And yeah, I was already in that mindset to just try it that way. I think it worked out. Like, you know, I found some really interesting stuff that I probably would have never found on vinyl. So yeah.
Very cool. And so what is the goal? What are you guys planning on doing in the near future?
I mean, we already got the Elephants in the Room lager. That's available. We got our own beer.
Wow.
We did a short film. Yeah. That's available right now. Elephants in the Room lager. Thank you, Amplified Ales. And then we did a short film, which is Run Rick, which features Rick Scales and Vinny Vardell, shot by Chris Reyes of the Fresh State. So we got a short film, got our own beer. We did shows. We opened for Black Alicious, right? It was Black Alicious and a couple of those cats. We got some shows under our belt.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sandman.
I don't know, Gar.
I mean, I think for me, and I think I discussed this with Parker as well at the beginning of the whole journey. You know, I just want to. My goal is to just keep trying new stuff, whether it's playing new venues that I've never played before, or you know, the lager is a perfect example of something I'd never done before. And even with the pandemic, just you're kind of forced to try new things that maybe you'd never done before. I'd never been part of a film short in the way that Parker put together. So that's just been my theme, even with more recent projects, just trying new things. Just because I think I can speak on behalf of Parker too. Like we've been doing the the usual cycle of stuff. You play some shows, you know, you got you play at the Casbah, you play at the Soda Bar, you play at, you know, the Kava Lounge,
Yeah.
you do that round, and then you move on to the next record. So for me, and you know, like I said, I discussed this with Parker, like, let's just try new things, play new venues. Maybe, you know, we've been talking about doing like a drive-in show, you know, new experiences, new ways to promote a record, new ways to put together a record. All of that was kind of in line with this record.
Yeah, I love it. So you guys have a release event happening? Are you doing something online to celebrate it?
We're kind of getting it out, putting it in some places, bars weekly, getting in people's hands. And when we did the beer, we released it with the short film, and we were delivering it directly to people's houses.
Wow.
And so maybe something, actually, I don't know if I can talk about this, Gar, but there's some talk about putting out kind of an extended video and maybe releasing it that way. I don't know if you want to say anything more about that, Gar. I don't want to say too much.
Yeah, no, we should go ahead and do it. Catherine, you're getting an exclusive right now.
All right.
Yeah.
I think this might be the first time we're talking about it publicly, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so one of the ideas, I think maybe when I first brought the idea of doing an album with Parker to him, he was filling in for a Jumbotron show, and I said, hey, I think we should do a record together, and let me tell you my idea. I want to score the latter half of the movie Goonies.
Wow.
So, and I remember him laughing at me when I first told him about it. He was like, that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard, and I'm all in. And so as I was crafting the beats, I had already sliced up the end of the movie in kind of like scenes.
Yeah.
And I would, for the most part, I would probably make the beat. I would watch the scene over and over again, and I would find a sample that I thought fit that part of the movie. And so that's how the album was actually constructed, where from the time that, I forgot the girl's name in the movie, but from the time the girl hits I don't know if you remember the movie, but where she hits the keys on the skeleton organ in the middle of the movie.
Yeah.
That's when the album starts.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's kind of a, you know, it's a score, and I think that's why Emotion Pictures as an album title kind of, you know, it was another reason to call it that. But yeah, so what Parker was alluding to is that what we're gonna do is, it might not be this week, but at some point soon, we're going to release the Goonies, the end of the Goonies movie with our album straight through, as like a thing on YouTube or something.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
There you go, Catherine. You the first to find out.
All right. Well, you heard it here first, folks. That's cool. Love it. Where can people find you on the internet?
The Elephants in the Room Music on Instagram. And then we have like a header website, theelephantsintheroommmusic.com. My handles on social media, DJ Gargar, and then Parker's got Kak Jing, he's got Parker Meridian, he's got Meridian Arts. But to quote Parker's way to find him or me, Google us.
I like it.
We're all over the internet with a bunch of different stuff.
Well, I can't wait to taste the beer and watch this awesome movie and just catch up with you guys. It's so cool. It's very cool to catch up with you and see your faces.
Yes, definitely.
I've missed you.
Missed you too.
All right. I got one too. We're going to play that next. Tell me about that song.
I'd love jumping on that one and be like, I got one too, is it's embracing this thing that could be a flaw. The whole song is about something, it's an insecurity, and I'm owning it. And I know there's other people who relate to it. And so now I'm giving us like this kind of secret gang that we're in, secret club. And that's this is our theme song.
Nice.
I got one too.
What's sexy isn't always pretty. Wolf. Music got one. Sticky Fingers got one. I think Lauren's got one. Debo definitely got one. My cousin Eric got one. And you know me, cause I got one too. A lot of my favorite people got a lazy eye. Maybe I am just dispositioned to notice, cause I got one too. You could say that I was lazy. Kinda crook that needs straightening. From SDCITY, stay high, lazy eye. That ghetto celeb rap guy from the west side. Mashing through lines, I don't need to show no ID, cause I be there that frequently. I'm bout it, on it. I'm a master of things. Well, there's a phase that I think that I thought I was awkward. I was watching TV one day and I think I felt taller when I started noticing people that didn't seem to bother. Cause Heidi Klum got one, Bushwick Bill got one, Russell Crowe got one, Ryan Gosling got one, Forrest kinda got one, and we'll add me, cause I got one too. You could say that I was lazy. I wouldn't think that you was crazy. No, you are not hallucinating. No. I was wearing glasses before I had my 10th B-day, and then I broke and playing football in the streets a week later. See, Keywan was QB, so I ran out in the end zone, and then I got sacked by 2 teams, and it felt just like 2 brick walls, and I had 11 other incidents that slanted how my vision. For a little while I was running around with a black patch like slippery. Then I turned 10 and things turned tense. When I turned in, if I didn't have a certain place to put my glasses at, the hood's a hungry habitat. Wild stuff just be happening. So soon I got the habit of just sleeping on my back, and my boys would try to bag on me. I'd clarify with clarity. My dreams would be all blurry if my glasses wasn't there with me. I felt odd, like Scott, someone's from the X-Men, cause I just could not be out without a pair of them to keep on my parallel to Cyclops. I got to see the need to overcome my flaws, but I'm not the first to do it, and I'm not the last. No, I'm not. There's a very long list of those that have their all. Someone in the sports, someone's on the silver screen. Man, we're like a secret club, you might have seen us recently, cause Kate Moss got one, Tom York got one, Stuart Scott got one, Arsenio got one, who else got one? Oh, that kid from the 70s show, he kinda got one. My favorite people got a lazy eye. Maybe I'm just dispositioned to notice, cause I got one too. One too. You could say that I was lazy. One two. You were not hallucinating. One two. No. No. Yeah. Yeah. Shout out Lexi. It's a vibe.